Hello everyone, this is going to be episode number 14 of the Seven Ahmed podcast, and today we're going to talk about the importance of doing sports, fitness, and doing martial arts as well. So we're going to go over some general points about the physical health benefits, mental health benefits, and discipline, self-defense and confidence, and a few other points which you are going to find interesting. So, watch the whole episode so you don't miss anything important and anything useful that you're going to learn. So, Seb, do you want to start with the first point?
Yeah, let's get with the physical health and benefits. So let's say sports. Let's pick, for example, let's pick football. The strong legs footballers have is crazy. The stamina, the the stamina is the craziest part. The thing about football in general, the stamina, how big the football field is, and how long you need to keep running and always on a run or always dribbling and stuff like this is crazy. So, or martial arts, you're always fighting, you're always doing things. You're always having your guard up, or you're always in a stance, or depends on the martial art obviously, but you're always moving, you're always left, right, whatever. And yeah, so I think there's a lot of physical benefits that you can actually get from doing any sport, pretty much. I mean, unless it's like some stupid stuff. I don't know, like mm, where they in Olympic games where they like on the ice they throw this thing and the other one like cleans the thingy in front of it, the ice thingy. See, you don't even know. That's how
I'm not sure.
stupid.
Yeah, that's how
I'm
stupid it
joking.
is.
I'm joking. But whoever does that, whatever, you might find it like interesting. To be fair, the guy who like clean fast in front of the thingy that slides, he has some strong arms for sure to do that. Um, okay, my point is any sport is useful. Any, because you're doing something physical, obviously. So not just that, but sport is competitive. Most of the times it's team versus team, or let's say somebody who gets more points or something like this, right? It's always competitive. And I think competitiveness uh, is also important, but actually that's a kind of different point. But here we're going to speak about physical benefits. Yes, yes, yes. So it can be stamina, it can be a lot of other stuff, but I think in my opinion, the most important there is stamina. Stamina is a very big factor in a human's body.
Yeah, for sure. And I have actually listed out a few of the benefits, and I'm going to read out a few of them, and this is only probably half of the benefits that you get. So let's count them. It's improved cardiovascular system and cardiovascular health. It is more strength, more flexibility, more agility, more physical conditioning, better looking body, and lower body fat. These are 7 benefits, and there are many more benefits that you're going to get from doing sports. So just these 7, from just hearing these 7, you have to already think like, okay, this is something that is really going to help me, because it's going to help, especially like the most important thing that is going to help you with is your cardiovascular system, because
That's very important. Yeah.
a lot of people nowadays die from what? From heart attack, from cardiovascular
Hmm.
problems. And when you are doing sports, when you are training your heart with cardio stuff, it is going to lower the risks of dying of things like this, like heart attack or any other cardiovascular issues. And the most important thing for improving that is playing sports which require more stamina. Because let's say if I'm just lifting weights at the gym, I'm not really improving my cardiovascular system that much. Yes, it's improving, but it's not going to be improved as much as if I would, let's say, also do martial arts twice a week or play football twice a week. That would only that sport will improve it much more because it's going to require stamina. Because lifting on the bench doesn't require stamina, it requires strength. But when you are running, let's say during PE classes twice a week, we play football at my school usually, and at Wednesday we do it for 90 minutes because we have two classes, and at Friday, so today, we do it for 45 minutes because we have one class. And for me, it's a lot of running because what I usually do is I play midfielder box to box, and it's like not a full pitch, but it's like I guess half a pitch, and I'm running all the time back and forth. I'm kind of intentionally, putting myself in that position where I have to run more so I can improve my stamina more. And I enjoy playing as midfielder now. Back in the day, when I was more serious about football, I used to play um, defender. I used to watch a lot of Van Dijk matches, and I used to, try
Oh,
to implement his style.
center back.
That
Okay.
was back in 2019 when he was in his prime. When they robbed him of the Ballon d'Or. But that's a different topic.
Yeah,
But yeah, what is your opinion in general on like those cardiovascular sports that require stamina?
I agree a lot because me myself, I play football a lot with my friends. Earlier today, I played football, by the way,
Yeah, me too.
and so I did martial arts, which is taekwondo. I already said that before, but we for warming up, we always run around in circles, like to warm up our body and stuff. And obviously, uh, also at the end, we do some exercising, obviously. And during our the training session, it's all on like stamina, like all based on stamina because you need to get used to a lot of stuff in taekwondo, which is at any point you need to be able to throw good kicks, to be able to lift your leg enough to block it, or lift underneath the opponent's leg to block his kick or whatever. And that requires a lot of energy, obviously, because imagine doing that a lot throughout 3 rounds. Or how many rounds are there? I already forgot. Like I don't really compete, so uh, but yeah, and like just doing one round of like 3 minutes or whatever, sparring, it takes a lot of energy because you're always bouncing on your legs, you're always in a stance, your muscles are always intense. So yeah, about football, I think my position, like whenever we play with friends, we go on actual pitch, 7 versus 7, but still we can play like with 8 or 9 people, even 11. It's fine, but um, there I play left wing or right wing, so that pretty much explains that I run a lot. So and so that that 100% improves my stamina in pretty much just cardiovascular system. That's true because I had some experiences where I think if not me being very active as a kid, like from kids age until now, I always used to be active. I always used to run around, do sports, play football my whole life. Like, football is like, how to put this, everyone's childhood, pretty much, except America. But who knows? I mean, there are people who play football. So, um, but yeah, um, football was a big part of my life. I played a lot of basketball in school, just for fun. And basketball, you're always running. You're always running. It's crazy. You're in basketball. During football, if you look how Messi plays, he literally walks sometimes. Most of the times, he walks actually. And in basketball, no way you're gonna stand there and just like do nothing. You're always on a run, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I think stamina is very important in terms of sports like that. On what you said exactly.
Yeah. For me, what else I do is at my gym now, I have a boxing bag or punching bag, whatever you call it. And what I do is I do some weightlifting workout for let's say 40 to 45 minutes, and then for 40 minutes or like 30 to 40 minutes, I do some boxing on the back. So for those who want to know more specifically, I'm doing mostly like Soviet style, if anyone knows stuff about boxing. And basically, in general, for the people who don't know, it is mostly bouncing back and forth on your toes and also like throwing a lot of punches with your left hand, a lot of jabs, and then some combinations. Depends on what exactly I'm doing in the specific rounds. I usually do 6 rounds, 3 minutes each, and I'm trying to uh, make them a little bit more
How many rounds?
complicated. 6 rounds, 3 minutes each
Ah,
on the
I thought
punches.
I thought you said 60. I was
No,
like,
no, no, no. There's no way I'm doing 60.
whoa.
There's no way I'm doing 60. That's too much time. But yeah, I'm doing 6 rounds, 3 minutes each. And in the beginning, I got like when I first did it, I got real tired. Like I was all in sweat, like very, very tired. Like I was about to fall on the ground. And last time I did it, it wasn't as much tiring. Like I can really see the difference for just 2 or 3 weeks of doing it, how much difference it has made in my stamina. And also at the end, I'm still like tired. Like it's difficult to throw the punches in the same way, but it is definitely more stamina and it is easier to get in the flow because it's kind of like when I'm resting, I'm tired, but when I stand up and do it, even if I'm tired, if I stand up and I start throwing the punches, I get in the flow and I kind of don't even feel that much tired. And also something that is interesting after, because in the beginning when you're tired, you feel like it's bad, like it hurts or whatever. Now when I'm tired, I feel happy because this is like my standard. If I'm tired, that means I'm training good. It means I'm doing something right. And when I'm tired, I'm happy now. So your mentality completely changes after you do it enough times. So I really recommend everyone to do that.
I agree, man. It's same thing when I do taekwondo, man. If at the end of the training session I'm not dead or exhausted, I'm disappointed with myself
Yeah, you did something
a
wrong.
lot.
Like
Yeah.
in that clip where Habib famously says, like, who cares if you're tired? In the beginning of that clip, because I saw it recently, he says like, you train 6 days hard. If you're not tired, then you have to ask yourself a question. Like, this is not normal. If you're training 6 days hard and you're not tired, something is not normal. You're doing something wrong.
Of course, you're just, like messing around, not doing enough.
Yeah. Anything else on this point, or we can move on?
Yeah, I think we can move on.
So, second point would be mental health benefits and discipline. This is
Mm.
very important because, and I think for the discipline part, I think martial arts are the one that can help the most because I think martial arts for sure are probably the most difficult sport. I would say they're the most difficult sport. There is a debate there, but I think so because there isn't any other sport where you're getting punched in the face and you can get knocked out or you can get kicked in the face or depends on exactly what martial art you're doing. But I think it is the most difficult and the most physically requiring because all the time there is a threat to you getting punched in the face, and you have to be all the time fully focused. You have to all the time also throw punches, defend, dodge, expect what your opponent is going to do, plan your own attacks, and it is also very deep and there is a lot of planning, thinking, and tactics in the martial arts as well. Even though some people say it's just like fighting, like whatever you're throwing punches, it's not just that. There's a lot of thinking in it, and once you get into it, you see it that way. But
And
about
those people
discipline,
never did martial arts or even tried doing it.
yeah, most likely. But for the discipline, what for me, in my opinion, increases your discipline the most with martial arts is when you are tired after, let's say, a day of school, when you are tired of something, you did some work or whatever, and you are tired, and you still go through the martial arts thing, and you get even more tired. This is where you build the most discipline, and this is where you get the most mental progress, in my opinion, because you're tired and you are doing something which you don't want to do. And the more you do things that you don't want to do, the better your discipline gets, and the easier it becomes to do things that you don't want to do, and you actually start to want to do them instead of not wanting to do them. So in the beginning, if you were very tired and you didn't want to go to boxing or whatever you do, after 2 months of going boxing, regardless if you're tired or not, then you're going to start feeling like it becomes kind of like a habit. Doesn't matter what is happening with you, you're just going to go and you're not going to even think about it. You're just going to go and it's going to be easy to go and you're going to get used to it. And that's how you build your discipline. And also for improving your mental health, it is for sure going to improve your mental health because of a lot of different factors. Like, improving your physical health automatically means your mental health is going to get improved as well. And there are a lot of ways it improves mental health, but you know, what do you think about these things that I said?
When I just started doing taekwondo, man, I hated it. Man, I did not want to go there. Not like go there, bro. I didn't want to start or do anything, man. It's this great, bro. When you said that, I was like, man, because I used to tell the story to people like, at first I didn't really like it, but then I liked it. It's not me liking it, bro. It's discipline because I was forced to go all the time there. With time, I was like, it's not like realizing I have no other option but I have to go and do it. And instead of me crying about it, I just go and do it. But it's like, man, you're true. Damn. I was like, yeah. You just got more. And each time I went there, bro, and bro, when I stopped doing taekwondo a month ago because of my schedule, right? Man, I feel so shit. Sorry for swearing, but man, I feel so bad. Man, bro, it's always on my mind. I want to go back. I want to go train. I want to kick something. I want to get kicked as well. It's just, man, bro, it's I've done it for almost 2.5 years or something, and man, it just got imprinted on my brain, bro, tattooed on it. I just, how to put this, when I stopped, I was like, bro, what now? Like, I lost something that was part of me for so long. I mean, sorry, but 2.5 years doing something 2 times a week. I mean, obviously, sometimes I skipped, sometimes I was sick or didn't do or didn't come. But my point is, doing something like this for 2.5 years consistently all the time, it gets imprinted in your brain and it's part of you, bro. You cannot live without it. It is crazy. And, bro, about discipline, exactly. Eh, I I managed to discipline myself to understand that each time I go there, like my training session at the end, I should be dead. I should be absolutely exhausted and emotionally and physically, bro. In terms of emotionally, I mean I push myself mentally to the limit during the training session so I feel exhausted. Not that type of mental, exhausted what I mean by like fucking depression or something. No. But and obviously mental health. Bro, I felt like it didn't give purpose, but it was like, man, remember, like you need to go work hard. And even though it's taekwondo, it was a lot of factors. And I guess it kind of gives like kind of goal or something in life that you want to go and achieve. So it keeps you going. And that obviously improves your mental health. People who are depressed, like I I guess kind of a reason is because they didn't really have anything going for themselves, or maybe they had and something changed it, and now they put in a themselves in a mental situation like where they can't be bothered to even have like how to put this goals, like they don't have that thing they want to go after that drives them. For me, it was competitiveness, like I wanted to be the best in my group, the taekwondo club. So I made sure that physically I'll be the best prepared at least. Maybe, I mean, obviously there are people who are doing the taekwondo like way longer, like for 8 years, and they have black belts. So I cannot just, like in a month train myself to be a black belt. It is just, it takes time, it takes dedication, preparation, discipline, and just you working hard in gym, in training, working on your craft, kicking, all of it, how to properly defend. All of it is just you working, and you cannot earn that by doing something for a year. No, it takes years on building your craft and practicing and mastering it, obviously. So I didn't really bother about being the best in terms of technique or being able how to kick. Obviously I trained it, yes, I wanted to become the best, so I did my best. But for example, physically, yes, I'm sure I've surpassed everyone physically in my club, 100%. I not in my club, sorry, in my group at least, where I train. 100% I've surpassed them physically. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Something about the discipline that is required, like aside from, all the getting punched in the face and things like this about martial arts, if we're talking anything in general, the most difficult parts are going to be the beginning. So
Mhm.
getting up, going there, and starting whatever it is, football, martial arts, basketball, volleyball, swimming, whatever sport you do, the hardest thing is going to be starting. And then something which is not going to be as hard but still going to require discipline is sticking through it when you're getting tired, when you're getting pushed. So you need to use discipline on those two things. So for example, for me, I get back from school, like I eat whatever, I lie down on the bed for 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, it's time to go to the gym. So it is hard sometimes when you are tired to stand up and put on your clothes and go to the gym. It is hard, but you have to do it. And the more times you do it, the easier it is going to become to do it. But in the beginning, you have to push yourself. You have to literally forcefully make your brain think, okay, I need to get up, and just get up without thinking about it, without doing anything. Just get up. Force yourself to get up and to go to the gym. This is the most difficult part that is going to become easy after you do it enough times. And then after you get there, after you start training, it's going to be easy. Once you start, it's going to be easy. But then towards the end, once you're getting tired, even if you're doing just weightlifting, or if you're doing like football, if you're doing some martial art, whatever you're doing, there is going to be a point at which you're tired and you maybe don't want to continue. So for me, for example, last time I was doing my things on the punching bag, my left shoulder was really tired. Like I almost couldn't hold my hand up. But guess what I did? Raise this fucking hand and keep doing it. There are still more rounds, so I'm going to go through these 2 rounds. I don't care if my hand falls off. I'm going to keep driving. I'm going to keep throwing my combinations. I don't care. I'm going to go through it, and once I go through it, and once I finish, I'm gonna be like, damn, I was so tired today. My left shoulder felt like my arm is gonna fall off, and I still kept going. I still went through it, and that gives you so much more confidence and makes it easier to do it the next time because once you've done it, you see that it's not that big of a deal, and you can do it again and again, and it's going to get easier and easier, and you're going to get more disciplined with it.
It's here. It's here. It's all here. It's all
Yes,
here.
once
It's
you
all
make that
here.
shift in your mind, like 1 year ago, maybe I wouldn't do this. 2 years ago, there's absolutely no chance I would do it. But when you shift your mind and when you understand what things you need to be doing, it gets much easier to do them. And the more you do them, the easier it gets to do them. I'm repeating this for the 10th time already.
Yeah, because like you're so convinced already that you're like, man, you just keep on going. So it is the same when I do my workouts, and I do them till I do my workouts till failure, right? Exercises. And till failure means you're dying, you already failed once. Sorry, like in terms of failing, you're failing after failing already. Your muscles. How to put this? Your body takes energy from, let's say, like you're doing exercise, right? It burns muscle, whatever, and when you like you just cannot do anything more, and like the last one, you're just like this shaking, and you're pushing it out or something, and then you push your mental state further, and you like one more, one more, one more, one more. And for me, it's like an OCD thingy. I go one more, but after I'll be like, yeah, one more. And it's like an infinite thing until like I genuinely, my arms die. And at that point where your body already burns your actual muscle fibers, it's just killing it, man. And the day after, if you cannot get off your bed, that means you did right. And if I know the next day I wake up and like, man, I had days worse than this. So if I'm not aiming to for tomorrow to have a worse day physically, I'm failing mentally already. I'm not failing physically because my body cannot push it forward. I'm failing mentally because, well, I'm just lazy. That's it. So whether it's push-ups is a great example. Oh my god, I do 70 in a row in one go, and I just keep pushing. For example, I set a goal. Like I remember once I did like what it took me 25 minutes, but I did 300 push-ups. Obviously I took like 31 minute 1 minute break, but in one go, like first it was 60, right? And then if I'm able to, another 60, so that's 120, right? And then little by little I go down 30, another 30, 25, another 25, 10, 10, 10. And maybe at the end I get mad at myself. How to put this, I get in this mental state. I scream. I completely like change. It's bro. I'm screaming. Can I imagine my facial expressions when I look in my mirror when I work out? Like it was like 60, 60, 40, 40, 60, and then it goes down, and I get like 25 because in that one set. So yeah, I was talking about push-ups, and I think until failure is the best thing in my opinion because well, in any workout session, you hit until failure because you're doing by sets, and like that one set, you're probably killing yourself as well, but you're pushing yourself. Uh, me, the thing is like, oh, this last set, this last set, this last set, and that's it, right? And like you're dying last set, and that's it. Okay, okay, go. Whew. Next exercise, I don't know, like triceps. Boom, that's it. We left biceps behind. Me, no. I hit that last set and I go for another one and I go for another one until like I just die. My muscles like this. I cannot move them. I cannot even lift my arm like by 1 inch because my bicep just cannot, like it just cannot get up. That's it. It's just so dead. So I think until failure is like just it trains your brain to push yourself mentally. It is crazy. This is how I trained myself to be disciplined during workouts. It is doing something till failure. I've been taught by this. I've been taught this by my mother, who works out, does fitness and stuff like this as well on her own. And oh boy, when she genuinely taught me first, like, because she sees I'm already dying, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is like where I stop already, right? And they be like wait for a second and then go for another set. Mom was like, no, 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 no. You keep continue doing it. Do it. And when she saw me, like, and she told me like, scream, do whatever you want, shout, but you need to do it. You need to keep doing it. One more push-up, one more sit-up, one more just one more after another one more after another one. And bro, when I genuinely like I fell down, that's when you're pushing and you cannot push anymore, you just fall down. It is crazy, bro, because after there's so much, man, so much energy, there's so much happiness. I forgot when you work out, when you do exercise, your brain produces this hormone. I forgot the name of it.
While
But yeah.
exercising.
Yeah, of course, physical.
Um, not sure.
Uh I'll look it up quickly. I forgot, what was it, man. Um Endorphin. There we go. So it releases so much endorphin, it makes you happy. And after a good workout, when you're doing a good workout, you are gonna be happy. Why? Because you know you've done enough, because you're dead and your muscles are dead as well. And the next day you wake up, you're dead and you're tired and you're happy. Same with you, said Ahmed. When I'm tired, I'm happy because I know I did good.
Yes. And about the hormones that you are talking about, also there's about dopamine. While exercising, it goes down, and then after you finish, it goes up above the baseline as much as it went down. So it
Mm.
makes you, happier after you finish the workout because you know you have done something hard, you know you have done something difficult, and it's a natural reaction in your body to feel happy after that. Because if you think about it in the caveman sense, you're hunting, you get really tired after hunting this animal, and then after that, when you're tired, when you kill the animal, when you finish hunting, you're gonna be happy because you know you got the meal for 3 days ahead or something, and now you're happy. That's, I guess, how it would work in that sense, and that's why it is in that way, with the brain. But yeah, what I was also going to say is about the training to failure, or in general pushing yourself. What I have noticed is that sometimes while training you feel like you cannot do more, but you actually can. Like if you really try to kind of convince yourself that you can do more, you can actually do more. Because sometimes it feels like, "Ah, I cannot do more," but then you get some kind of strength from somewhere and you can do like two, three, four more. And you have to train yourself to be able to push yourself like this, past the point where you think you cannot do more, but physically you can. So you have to train your brain to be able to push through this, boundary, if you would say. So, you're doing 10, but you can physically do two more. Your brain is just like, no, I don't want to do
Bro,
two more.
some people are, man, it's just sometimes I look at other people that let's say I speak on daily basis in school and right, or people I used to let's say practice, or let's say in taekwondo, right? I look at them and I sometimes feel like bad because they don't understand how much their body can actually do, but it's just their mentally, like this mental border that is stopping them, like the limit they set them for themselves. Be like, no, no, I cannot anymore. But bro, you switch this thing and you get like, bro, so much boost, man. It's crazy. And I remember I my mom taught me this, and then I got some of my friends, bro. Let's go work out. One of them was Miguel. Shout out to you if you're watching the episode. But when I worked out with them, I showed them how it feels to work out till failure, and I'm sure to this day, it has like how to put this. It has set his standard more. He understood that his body can do so much more if he just switches here. And I pushed him, bro. Like I pushed him to his limits as well. Like I shouted at him, bro, like one more, bro. Like shouting at him, swearing like like a coward, bro. Like come on, one more, one more. And and I was like, bro, scream. Uh, I don't know, say whatever you want, but push one more after another one. And I remember when he's just laying there dead on the floor, on the ground. I look at him, but guess when he gets up, he knows he did his best in that one exercise. But sometimes he falls down and he knows he can do more. He knows he can push himself mentally. So he gets back up and he keeps on doing it. This is the best thing I love. When you fail and you know you can do more, you no, 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 no. I'm not gonna stop right now. I'll keep going. You get yourself back up and you're still doing the push up. It's crazy. Like you fell down, like when I'm doing push ups, like I fell out, I was like, man, I know I can do one more. So get up, do five more or 10. It is the best thing ever I've felt when doing exercises, or just because it's mental. It's all mental here. Physical pain, you're always gonna pass. It's not always gonna be there. But mental state is important. If you train it properly, if you do stuff that will make your mental state better, it's just a cheat code in life, in my opinion. Because there's so much stuff you learn about yourself that you can do just by, here. And I'm not saying like people who watch us, like, I'm not saying we're the best, you know? We're not like, we're always doing something productive. We're always pushing ourselves mentally to be the best. We also get tired. We also get exhausted. We also get lazy sometimes. Everyone do. Everyone falls short. but we get up and we still go. Okay. Same for Ahmed. Like when I like explain this kind of things to people and be like, you gotta be doing this. This is very important. Stuff like this. Blah blah blah. And you always need to push yourself. They look at me like I do that. All of that. I feel like a fraud sometimes because people watch like our podcasts and they people DM me sometimes, like the people who I share my podcast with, and they be like, "Oh man, I learned I learned so much about this topic. Thanks. I'll for sure try to apply it, right?" And sometimes I'll be like, I feel like a fraud because sometimes I not always like also push myself mentally, like I get lazy sometimes too. So even the best when you look at idols that you don't really know their personal life or their day-to-day struggles, trust me, we're all humans. So even like the most Cristiano Ronaldo, even he's probably like the most dedicated, disciplined person out there as well. Like he a debatable thingy, but he became like, he became the GOAT. Why? Is because here everything he did was here. His schedule was crazy, in my opinion. The stuff he did, the way he trained to like try to be the best is all here. He said them himself on podcast he came on, and it is crazy. So even a person like Cristiano Ronaldo has millions, well built in his 40s, looks so young, like a 30-year-old, 10 years younger, bro. So even a person like him, even sometimes get lazy as well. Everyone do. We're all human.
Yeah, just the difference between discipline levels is, in a way you can explain it with percentages. When your discipline is low and you feel tired, you're going to go to the gym 30% of the time. If you are way more disciplined, then when you feel tired, you're going to go to the gym 90% of the times when you feel tired. Even if you feel tired, 90% of the time you're going to go. And of course, sometimes it happens that you skip some day for some reason. Maybe you're very tired and you cannot go. Maybe you have something else that you need to do. Maybe your schedule is crazy today and you need to do a lot of different things. It happens that you skip a day, and once you skip a day, like, I don't want to say it in a way where you want, like, you don't feel bad when you skip a day, but when you need to skip a day and you do, remember that once you skip this day, you don't lose the progress that you have already made. You just missed one day. It is not going to bring you down. You're going to stay on the same level. And next time you go to the gym, you're going to be on the same level. You're not going to fall down. But also, like, this doesn't mean you have to be skipping. This means that when you have to skip, don't worry about it so much. But when it is possible to go, always go.
Don't be too harsh on yourself, like don't like, don't feel like, oh, it's the end of the world. That's it. I have done my worst. You know? Like don't think that way. So it can be anything. You're doing something every day, it's a part of your day, right? And something you skip and you be like, ah man, that's it. Like I've lost the whole progress. No, you haven't. You have built this fundamental, this foundation you built through like doing all of that for so long. Just by failing once, you didn't lose all of this. There's so much progress you made, and then you failed here. We just you throwing it away will be failing, like skipping more and failing more. But think about it. You've done so much. You failed once, and you kept on going, doing so much. We have only one fail and this much progress. Have you lost? No, you backed up and you went. That's it.
Yeah. You went to the gym 20 days, then you missed one, and then you went 15 more and you missed one. Like, those missed days are not going to matter that much. Like, it's not going to make
But
a difference.
how to put this? Always make sure you kind of make it up for it. Like you skipped one, okay. So make sure for whenever reason next you skip, make sure you do more than you did last time. This way you're training yourself to be like, oh, last time I failed, I actually did less in a row. This time I did more. So I'll keep going. I'll keep going until whenever something happens and I need to skip.
Yeah.
You know, of course.
Anything else on this point?
No, I think we've covered it really well.
Yeah. So the third point would be it's more martial arts specific.
Third point.
Yeah. Still on third point, we have eight, so I have to keep going. So three is more martial arts specific. It is self-defense and confidence. Now this is something that I have experienced very recently, like the last few days. Maybe not even a week, the last few days, yeah, maybe the last week. Because I started this boxing thing like what 2-3 weeks ago, something like this, doing it more seriously. And I'm doing it by myself, learning by myself, watching YouTube videos, watching fights, learning like this. I'm not going anywhere boxing right now. I'm just doing it by myself. But I think I'm doing it decently well. I think I've learned some really good things, and as I have been saying, I'm pushing myself and I'm doing it as much as I can. And just when I do the workout and on the next day I wake up, I go to school, whatever, just the confidence that I'm feeling while going through school, while, any time of the day, it feels different. It just feels completely different. I'm way more confident in myself and I know that, if something happens, I have the skills, I know what I can do, I know what I have to do. And it's just like not even if you don't think about that specifically, you are still naturally more confident because in the back of your mind, like you know what you have been doing the past days, you know how hard you have been training, and you know what abilities you have now. So it really makes a difference in my opinion in in terms of confidence.
Bro, it boosts your confidence when some moments that you realize something, they boost it a lot higher. It sets your standard like a whole step ahead. For example, I remember I've said this before. I don't remember what episode was it, but we're talking about martial arts. And I mentioned this before. So I'm training, right? And I've been doing taekwondo for so long. Obviously, at start, my kicking force, like how strong I could kick, obviously nothing, right? And I remember what was it? Maybe this year, I think, early this year when I still did taekwondo. Um, I remember we were doing dolio chagi. With this is the Korean term of like the name of the kick, but basically roundhouse, but body level here, not face.
Mhm.
So we're doing that. So stance left, around, right? So I try to go not full force, right? But 90%, 80, 85, 90, like good, strong. And the person who had been training for so much longer than I have in Taekwondo, which I trained with, he's black belt already. Um, and I'm a blue belt. I haven't failed any exam so far. He has once, red to black in last year. So, but this year before like summer vacation, we passed the exam and he got black. So, but the thing is, he is 6'2", maybe, uh, tall. Not just 6'2", skinny, 6'2" with a decent build. Okay, he's big, and I always train with him. Before I realized that I couldn't like how to put it. It was scary, like for me, like when I was training against him before. In terms of scary, like man, he kicks hard, and I'm small, right? Like I'm 5'6", so like like 6'2", 5'6". I'm six, like sorry, I'm 5'2". Eh,
And
I'm five.
you're not five
Yeah,
two.
I'm mixing it. I'm 5'6", decently well built. He is like decent build, 6'2". And when he kicks, his legs are long and big, man. And I'm a 5'6" who is holding a pad here, like getting ready by somebody who is gonna kick me like full force, like big guy. Before it, like it was hard, like like it hurt, like it was hard to breathe after he kicked, even with a pad on, with the, like me, like training pad. And I realized, well, earlier this year, I could take it already. Like I saw the difference between, let's say, the first half a year when I started and now. Um, and I remember that when I was kicking him, when I was training with him, well, I don't know, like earlier this year, and he told me, "Bro, go easy on me, please." After I kicked him first time, because and when he said, that, I was like, man, damn, okay, I kick hard. The 6'2" big guy who's trained taekwondo more than me, a black belt, telling me to go easy on him, a little bit more easier on him. So like, I mean, you know what? I'll take that. Like, that boosts my confidence for sure. Who wouldn't get boosted? Like, whose confidence wouldn't get boosted by this statement? So I remember I was like, okay, well, I'll hurt him. I'll hurt him a little bit more. He needs to get used to this. He needs to get used to this. He needs to get used to this pain and train hard. So I was like, yeah, I will go easy. My fault. My fault. Yeah, my ass. I went easy on him. I, I did it the same strength, and like he was like, yeah, he just died, whatever. But I definitely felt a lot more confident because I knew I could kick harder and it hurt someone. Because when you hurt someone by doing martial arts, in that terms of hurt someone by like bullying or like bad stuff, yeah. But when you know you can hurt someone and like how to put this, in a situation where you have to, it gives you a lot of boost, like in confidence, ego in a good way, ego. Um, and plus, in your friend circle, for example, in my friend circle, sometimes my friends would be like, "Oh, how's taekwondo?" I was like, "Yeah, good." I'd be like, "Oh, what's your training?" I was like, "Well, kicks, obviously."
Yeah, what else?
And yeah, obviously, like a rhetorical question, but anyway, so I sometimes would like show, like I would kick them, like as an example, and to show them how it feels, like how to do taekwondo, like sometimes, and they'd be like, "Okay, never mind, this guy's tough or something," like. I did it on his legs. I remember I did, like, on the side where your ribs are. Obviously not where your ribs, more like down here part, not ribs,
Mm.
around here. So like, because if you do it in ribs, if you do it hard enough, I'll probably be able to break the ribs. So I made sure I didn't do that. So yeah, I tried doing it on him. It hurt. He was like, okay, never mind. You can chill out now. It gives a lot of boost. And now in your friend circle, people respect you. They know they don't want to really piss you off, just in case. I mean, obviously, for example, today when I went out to play football, they were really annoying me, and obviously when I got mad, I tried to run after him. He's like, okay, 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 sorry, 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 sorry. Like, but obviously I wouldn't do anything to him. He's my friend. We're chilling around. Best friends. We're always like joking each other, annoying, bullying, because that's what best friends do. We give each other hard time sometimes, and it's fun. You forgive because, bro, you cannot stay mad on your friend, and that's it, of something stupid. So it's chill. But they know what you can do, and they keep it in mind sometimes.
Yeah, and there are some people that don't really know the reality of this, and they have never been kicked or punched, and they think they're tougher or whatever. But once you take something like this from somebody who knows what he's doing, like it completely changes your perspective on it, because some people are just stupid. Like they think they're this tough guy, but they have never gotten hit in the face. Like if I hit one combo on you, like you're gonna get fucking wobbled. Like don't pretend you're the toughest guy in the world, because like you. When you look at leg kicks, you might think it doesn't hurt, because like the UFC fighters, they kick them in the leg, they don't feel anything. Bro, a friend kicked me in the leg, 50% force. I couldn't walk for 2 minutes. Like it fucking hurts. Like those people that know what they're doing and know how to do it and they have strength, like it really hurts. So some people just don't really know what the reality of it is. And trust me, it is a real thing. It actually hurts. And those people in the UFC, they have been conditioned. They have been kicked in the leg 1,000 times. They're used to it
Bro,
already.
10 hundreds even, man. Because
Yeah.
to be in the position they are right now, competing at the best level ever, man, in the UFC, man. Like let's take a moment. Let's say you're exhausted and it's literally last round, last second. That one kick where he's fully exhausted, he barely kicks him. That one hit when he's fully exhausted on you or me or Ahmed, one kick of that where he's fully exhausted
You fall on the ground.
will we will die from that kick because of
Yeah.
how much how strong they are. And if he just got into the ring first round, first 15 seconds,
And full
if
force.
that one kick full force in your leg,
It will break your leg.
oh,
It will break your leg, probably.
I don't even want to imagine because my friend who did kickboxing for 2 3 months and then he left it, and he's not the tallest guy in the world, you know, he's like 6 feet, you know, but he is 6 feet, built well, by the way, actually good build, like physically he's good. And I remember when he did like what I asked him, don't go too hard, but you know, on a shin, like outside of shin, you know, when you block,
Mhm.
or yeah. For example, in Muay Thai, right? When they kick, what do they block with? With the outside of your shin, right? Because they lift their leg up and that's how they block. So I tried to do that. So, like, okay, kick me like on the right, on the like outside of the shin, and I was like, bro, don't go full force, okay? Just do strong, but not too strong, you know, so I could actually live after. um, and he did. Man, it hurt. We're talking about a guy who is just decent guy physically, who has done kickboxing only for 2 months. He learned the proper technique. He knows how to properly kick. He did not full force. Man, it hurt. I remember. I do not want to experience that again because it hurts, obviously. But if he can do that to me, I don't even want to know what a UFC fighter can do to me. Not even the best. Average UFC fighter.
Yes, like top 15 in the division.
We don't want to feel that, man. I do not want to meet that guy. I don't want to piss him off. I don't want to do anything. Okay? So, yeah, for people who will be like, oh, I can take him on. He's nothing.
You have never been kicked in the leg. And yeah, this also brings me to the point of self-defense that we're supposed to talk about in this point.
Mm,
So basically, once you learn the skills, doesn't matter what you go to. Obviously, like for self-defense, it really depends on the situation. But what I would say, and a lot of other people would say, is best to know some boxing because you can hit a combination and you can get out of there as soon as possible. If you get him into some jiu-jitsu bullshit like a fucking armbar and his friend comes over and he kicks you in the head like a football, like what's the point of the armbar? You know, like it doesn't really matter. But if you hit 1 2 3 and you go away, like the friend is not going to kick you in the head like a football, like with the jiu-jitsu stuff. Like of course if it's 1 versus 1, it's only you and only him. With jiu-jitsu, you're probably like gonna break his arm or whatever you want to do with him, or choke him out. But if there are other people, like you never know who is his friend, you never know who is around the corner, you never know who's gonna come out, you never know if he has a knife, and while you're on top of him doing some fucking leg locks or some shit, he pulls out the knife and it's over.
stabs you like this on the back or in
Yeah,
front, in behind. Boom, that's it. You're left with nothing. Imagine
yeah,
he's in, like, I don't know, in front of you, and he's choking you, I don't know, doing something. You get out your knife and you back in the spine. That's it. He cannot move for the rest of his life.
yeah. Like those things happen, and that's why, in my opinion, the best is boxing. Also, you could say kickboxing, but let's say you're with jeans. Like with jeans, I cannot head kick you. Like it's not possible. I could leg kick you, maybe, but also like you could slip, you could fall over, and if you fall over, like it might as well be over. If you just try to leg kick him and you fall down, like it might be over. So
Is this the reason Khabib never pretty much dresses well and the rest of them? Because they're all, I mean, if you look the way they dress in public, even, normal hoodie, training clothes, because just in case if something happens, they have clothing advantage. Imagine if they're in jeans or probably something, right? Or
mm,
anything.
would be way more difficult probably.
Not way probably for them, not because I mean it's
Yeah,
Khabib, obviously, but for a normal person, it would be like a little bit more struggle. Man, I see. Okay.
could be just the style, or could be something during
Or they
his
just
training.
genuinely don't care what people think and what they wear. Honestly.
Yeah, they also that's also true. But yeah, for self-defense, if you know something, you're going to feel way more confident, and you know that if something happens, you know, you know what to do, and you know how to
Mm-hmm.
take the person out. Because like once you have been doing it for some time, like you already see if something is happening, like you already know what you're about to do. Like
Mm-hmm.
for me as well, even though I have not been doing it for that long, I have known, how to throw punches for some time, and now I have been actually practicing it. Like all the time, I know what I could do if a situation breaks out, like what position I'm in, what the range is. I don't even think about it. I just kind of, uh, with the intuition, I just get it. The ranges, the distance, whatever the fuck it is. So yeah,
I
it
agree.
helps you a lot with self-defense and confidence as well. And those are important things. Like at any time, a situation could happen. Like doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter if you're at a nightclub. Doesn't matter if you're at a cafe. Doesn't matter. Like about cafe, actually, I just remembered of this story. I haven't ever thought about this story, but now I remember it somehow. So when I was playing CS, right, and I had a team, there was one Romanian guy who I was in one team with, and uh, once he told us he cannot play, and to ask him why. And what happened is he was at some cafe, and he got into some kind of a fight, and his jaw was broken. So anything can happen anywhere at any time. And if you don't know how to defend yourself, you can end up with worse things than a broken jaw. You can end up with broken legs, you can end up with broken arm, you can end up with a lot of bad stuff. A lot of bad stuff can happen. So having
When
those
you think
skills,
about it, like it can get very dangerous.
yeah.
Deathly.
So if you know something, like you must know something, you must be able to do something. So in case something happens, you're able to defend yourself. You're able to at least do something. You're able to at least wobble him a little bit with a few punches and then run away if you would. Like running away is better than dying for sure. Like
I feel like staying alive is the best choice, but
yeah,
whatever you feel like doing.
yeah. If you wanna stand there and fight and five guys come over, like that was your choice.
Yeah, of course. I think we've covered pretty much so defense and confidence. We can go into social and community aspects.
Yeah, this is actually a very good part that some people don't even think about. When you start going to a boxing gym or just a normal weightlifting gym or taekwondo or kickboxing, wherever you go, you're going to find people who are in some way similar to you. They want to improve their physicality, they want to improve their abilities, they want to improve something about themselves, and you can make friends with those people. You can talk to them, you can, see what they think, see where their head is at, if they have the same goals as you, if they have similar things they want to do as you. And this is how you can find a lot of like-minded people and just take this opportunity to improve your circle, get some better friends, get some friends that are going to help you with things, that are not going to fuck around and drink every other day. Friends that are going to be actually good people, productive people that are going to help you with a lot of things. And they're going to be, you're going to have a better circle of better people around you once you start having those people closer to you.
Now that you reminded me of networking with actually people who want to who have the same goals as you, I just quickly texted my ex, group mate in Taekwondo who I track. The 6'2" well-built guy with that guy, black belt. I'm texting him. Do you wanna train taekwondo tomorrow? Let's see what he answers. Anyways, now they reminded me of like, you know what? I should text him. We should do some taekwondo with him. I haven't done it in a long time, so I need to get back into it.
Yeah. Do you have anything else on the social and community aspects, like something that you have done, something that you want to mention?
I realized when I kind of made more friends in this taekwondo group of mine, especially that guy. Very good friend of mine, actually. No, I realized because not just in during training sessions we talk and we train and have common interests, which is taekwondo. No, we took it out of training sessions, out of the gym, out of the club. We start training, just in general, training and working out, taekwondo training as well. We took it onto the next level. Networking and having people around like them, where you're doing something and you need to, you think maybe like, hey bro, wanna like go out and train sometime, like on our own. I'll bring the pad, you bring the, I have the like terms in Korean, like you bring the meat, I'll bring this, okay, like, and we train. So we did, we trained. It was amazing. Next thing I know, when we not only obviously kicks and stuff, obviously also pumses, the sets, the movements you do, position, special positions, defense, attacks, special movements, kicks, and all of those stuff, rhythm of it, a lot of stuff. So we practice. Next thing you know, we come back training section session the next day, and the teacher will be like, okay, today we're gonna practice pumses, and because we practiced last day on our own, like, it's better. How'd I put this? You don't just go and practice at home by yourself sometimes. You also do it now with them more, and he can look at you from a side and be like, hey man, you do this wrong there. You give each other feedback, you're growing more. Like, there's so much into it when you're hanging out with those type of people.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't too much to talk on this point. Like, it's just you have people that are like-minded there, that are doing the same thing as you're doing, having the same thoughts as you're having about this specific thing, and then when you talk to them, you see if you have the same thoughts about different things. And the more different things you have the same, then the better friends you could potentially be in future. And this can be a really good thing. So talk to these people, take the opportunity, you know, meet the people, see who they are, and just upgrade your friend circle if you have the possibility to. So we can move into the next thing right here, which I have written down as life skills and routine. And what I really meant by this is that your day is going to get better when you include gym, martial arts, sports, whatever else you have, and it's going to, in general, give you other skills that you can use in life. So basically, for example, if you're doing some martial art, whatever it is, like let's say it's boxing. So you do boxing, it's going to make you a tougher person in general because you have been punched in the face, you have been punched in the body, you have punched other people. Like it kind of changes how your brain works in a way, and it makes you tougher as a person, it makes you less emotional, makes you more stoic. It's going to change how you think about things. It's also going to kind of change your priorities. Like you're going to think about things differently. You're going to put yourself first. You're not going to, you know, uh, be scared to say what you think. You're not going to be scared to say no to people because again, it gives you the confidence, makes you a tougher person. So it's going to help you with these types of things. Another thing that is going to do is going to make you feel more healthier and have a more interesting maybe or more diverse schedule during the day because you go to the gym, you do some kind of martial arts thing, like it makes your day more interesting, makes your day more
Productive.
diverse, yeah, and more productive. You feel more productive. You have done more productive things, and it becomes kind of a baseline for your productivity where you have to be doing those things, and it makes your day better. When you have physical activity in your day, it makes your day better and makes it more interesting for sure. And also can give you something to look forward to. Like after school, I have training. Like I need to go.
I remember Tuesday, Thursdays. Like the day before that, I'll be like, "Oh man, I cannot be bothered going doing that." But then I looked at it like, "Oh, let's go training," you know. And uh, yeah, I knew that day I was gonna be like, "Okay, today's gonna be a busy day. Let's go, productive," you know. So it
Yeah,
definitely helps.
there's a correct and the wrong way to look at it. The wrong way to look at it is I'm gonna have training, I'm gonna be so tired, it's gonna be like so exhausting. And the correct way to look at it is I'm going to have training, I'm going to train hard, I'm going to get tired, but that's good because I'm making progress. Even if I feel tired, I'm going to go because this is how I make more mental progress, this is how I improve my discipline. You know, there is a right, which is the positive way of looking at things, and there is the wrong, the negative way of looking at things. Always look at it with a positive, thought. Like I'm going to go there, I'm going to train hard, not I'm going to go there, I'm going to get exhausted. Think of the positive way, and it's going to be easier for you to go.
Sometimes, obviously, it sounds easy to do and be like, "Bro, it's not that easy to convince yourself." Well, works for me. I don't know about you, but works for me. Maybe you're just too lazy.
You can definitely, like, I have done this as well, and I guess I think people have done it as well. Like, you don't feel like doing anything, and just something shifts in your mind, and you're instantly getting up. Like,
Mm.
you don't feel like doing it, but you just force yourself. Like, you force yourself to do it. And the more times you do it, the easier to get. So you have to be
Man,
doing it.
I hate people who say like, "Oh, I don't force myself." I don't force myself doing stuff.
You have to. That's why you're a man. Like, you need to force yourself to do things
Eh,
sometimes.
it's not like only a man thing. Everyone,
I mean, yeah,
we all do stuff we don't like, but we still do
yeah,
them.
because we have
Why?
to.
Because we have to.
Yeah,
I apply this to working out. Apply this to martial arts or sport or fitness, anything that will make you better or productive or more happier, healthier mental state, whatever. Apply that to anything you want, forcing yourself doing something, getting this, like this lazy part, getting over this, line to anything you want. I think it's impossible to not succeed, in my opinion.
yeah. So, going into the next thing, improving focus and performance in other areas. So, this is something which is very interesting. And when I think about this, I always remember of one thing that Andrew Tate famously said. Like, there's a downward spiral and an upward spiral. So the downward spiral, like his girlfriend left him, so he started drinking, so he lost a lot of money, so he started gambling. So and it goes down and down and down, and you get buried into the ground. But there's also the opposite thing. He started training, so he had more energy, so he started working more, so he made more money, so he went to a better gym, so he started training harder, and now it's just an upward spiral.
Going up, yeah.
Yeah, and this is what your life is going to be if you keep doing the sports thing, because this is the easiest way to get more energy and start doing more and being more productive. And also one thing which is very interesting actually, when you start doing sports, is going to improve your focus for I think two different reasons. First reason is you're going to get less distracted, because if you're in the gym, like if you're by yourself, then okay, maybe you'll get distracted on your phone. But in the most cases, it's going to be unlikely that you get distracted with your phone, especially if you train yourself to never check your phone too much when you are working out. But if you're at a martial arts gym, there's no way you're getting distracted. What you're going to get distracted with. And the second thing is It's going to most likely keep you eating healthier and not doing stupid things like going out drinking. Like when you're doing sports, it's kind of your brain shifts a bit and you're thinking of like, I'm kind of a person who does a lot of sports, kind of an athletic person. I'm not going to eat this bad food. I'm going to buy some healthier food. I'm going to eat better. And I'm not going
Y-
to go out drinking like this.
Mm, wait, I forgot what I want to say. Mm.
Athletic, eating good, not eating bad foods.
What did you say before that?
Before that you're not going to get distracted, that you're not going to go drinking, I
Ah,
think.
yes, 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 yes. Mm. In gym, if you're alone, nobody can tell you, bro, get off your phone, bro. Do your set. I need to use the machine. People in gym, you're gonna be kind of like, ah, man. People will like, how to put this? Like if you get on your phone, you're done your set. You're on your phone doing something or looking at the message, and people be like, bro, come on, man. I need to use the machine. Or people will look at you and they'll be like, bro, what the hell are you doing on your phone? Work out. This how to put not fear of judge, but like if you don't do it, people around you that even like sometimes might like have a stare at you, or they look and you'll be like, oh, he's working out, good. That's what they're gonna think. They're not gonna see you. They're not gonna catch a moment where you're on your phone because between every set you get your phone and you check something, right? No, they're gonna look at you and like they're gonna catch you in that moment where you're with your phone and be like, oh man, he's on his phone, he's not working out. But if you always, make sure that you're not on your phone, because they'll be like, oh, he's just being lazy, maybe, right? They can think of different things because you have your phone in your hand. But imagine you're just there resting, right? Just looking down because you've just done a set. They'll be like, oh, he's probably resting. He's probably resting and getting ready for a next set. That's what they're gonna think. If you had your phone in your hands, you'd be like, oh, he's fucking around, probably, right? The- Maybe not. Maybe like, oh, maybe he's exhausted, checking quickly something important, whatever. Anything can happen, right? Anything your mom called you important. You need to help your grandmother or something. I don't know. But just this difference, if you didn't have your phone, makes a lot of difference of how people view you. And because we're humans, we're always like, how to put this, not care, but we're always include how to put this, like the view of the way other people look at you, kind of. And if in situation where you're in gym and imagine other person look at you, you're always trying to make sure like people look at you in the best way possible, like they don't think of you bad. You never want that, kind of.
Yeah.
So you're always trying to put your best, and in public places you do your best because you don't want to get embarrassed. You don't want people to be like, oh, he's a pussy or something, like, oh, he's just coward, not, something like this.
Yeah, and also when you're using your phone while resting or while working out in general, like it's bad for you. Like it ruins your workout quality and makes it like worse with your focus. It makes you more distracted. Like it's just bad for you, not only because of other people. Like if you're by
Yeah, of
yourself,
course,
it's
it's
bad
for
for
yourself.
you. Yeah.
It's for your benefit, obviously. And I think this is also like one of the reasons I think I want to go to gym. This is for men based, okay? If you're working out with your bro, for me, I found difference. I was working out with my bro, and I taught him to be a failure. Now he knows when like he knows I need where I need to go further and push myself limit, right? But even if I fail and be like get down, yes, he'll get mad at me. Like, it's okay, bro. Next day we got it, right? But if you're doing it in front of a girl, I'm sorry, but you as a guy, you're probably gonna do your best just to impress her, because yeah, I think that's how a man kind of is, like a guy. I'm sorry, but you I don't know how to explain, but you always want to impress any girl, any girl. You always want to make sure they look. think good of you or something. It has happened to me, like working out with a girl. I pushed myself, like, man, I made sure I don't get embarrassed. So I did my best in that workout. I don't want to get embarrassed in front of a girl or my bro. I know he's not gonna judge or anything. In front of a girl, now I know she has a kind of a bad impression of me in workout. In the workout, which is something very important to me. If it would be something stupid like some fun stuff and I'm bad at it, I don't really care because it's not important to me. Something like working out, which is very important to me, and having, especially like a female, a feminine opinion on in something I do, which is very important to me, like kind of like slacking. Oh, probably could be better, but he's not doing his best, or like it's. I don't know how for a guy. I don't know for a guy. I think it's always good to be able to push yourself forward and outside factors, right? So this is why I said I kind of want to get into gym because I'm sorry, a bunch of girls there, and you're not like you should be doing for yourself, not because you want to impress someone. No, but I meant like them kind of looking at you, and because people sometimes might look at you, you're doing your set, you need to do your best for sure. So when you're in gym, there's like a pressure, you either do your best or you either fail, and somebody might notice, And if you're doing a workout by yourself or someone someone you're comfortable with, right? It's not gonna be the same. If you're with yourself, you'll fail. It's like it's only you, That's it. Not really doesn't matter. Yes, you're gonna be mad at yourself that you failed, but if it's with people, a lot of people around, there's how to put this. Somebody might watch and you do a set or something. I don't know how to put this, but you know what I mean, Ahmed.
Yeah, of
There's
course.
so much difference.
And also, just to finish off the point, two other things that will, help you in life in general, in all kinds of areas. The discipline is not going to only be discipline for going to the gym, it's not going to only be discipline for keeping, you know, keep going on the punching bag. It's also going to be discipline for anything else. It's going to be discipline for your work, it's going to be discipline for studying, it's going to be discipline for anything else because discipline is a skill that you train. So it's not going to be for only one specific thing, it's going to be for everything. And also energy. The more you do sports and the more you do things that are tiring to you, the more your body will know that it needs to produce more energy. So you're going to eat more food and you're going to produce more energy and you're going to have more energy throughout your day. So the more active you are, the more energy you're going to have. And if you lie on the bed the whole day, of course you're going to be tired the whole day because your body thinks, okay, I don't need to produce any energy. So I'm going to produce zero energy because we're not moving. So I don't need to. That's
And
how,
then you feel sleepy, you feel tired, you feel lazy, and there, an unhealthy lifestyle goes and starts.
yeah, that's how your body basically processes things. If you're not doing anything, well, I don't need to produce any energy. If you're doing a lot, I need to produce a lot of energy. So
Exactly. Oh yeah. So about the thing about like girl thingy where you kind of like push yourself better. My brother said that. Remember in relationship episode. I'm not sure if it actually is an episode. I rewatched it. I'm not sure if it's there. I
I
don't know.
think it's there.
Okay, but if it isn't or whatever.
It should be
But I remember he mentioned it. Uh, behind every man's success, there's a woman. Woman can how to put this, especially a woman you like. Her opinion, her accountability in your choice obviously takes a place in how you perform as well. Imagine a girl you like tells you, "Hey, you can do harder, you can do better." And you like her a lot, man. How can you not do better, bro? Like, you know what I mean? And this is what I'm like also think if you have a partner currently and if she's not pushing you mentally to be better, not saying you have a bad girlfriend, but I think a good girlfriend that wanted her man or her boyfriend to become better in something, obviously, like physically or something in life that matters, she would push him mentally, she would push him. She'll be like, "Yes, go on. No, no, no. You need to do this. Remember, you need to keep going and motivate him. Support him mentally." I think this is very beautiful in a relationship. Between a man and a woman. It's very nice.
Yeah,
And people who are in a relationship right now and they have that, you're a very lucky guy, man. Very lucky.
that's really good. And now on to the second to last point, point number 7. You're going to have goals and you're going to be achieving goals when you're doing sports and when you're going to the gym. Because for those things, you always need to be setting goals so that you know why you're doing the thing that you're doing. So, if you're playing football, you need to have a goal of, how good you want to be, like, or how long you can play, or how much you can run, how many goals you can score. Like, let's say, in 10 games, how many goals can you score? Like, let's say 7, or like, you want to up your average per game, you want to do like 0.9 goals average per game, or whatever you're doing, or anything. It can be anything. About boxing, it can be learning some new combinations. About gym, it can be benching 70 kilos on bench if your previous rank was 65. Whatever it is, having some kinds of goals and, you know, learning how to set goals better, learning how to make plans for achieving goals, and sticking to those plans, trying to achieve those goals. This is going to help you a lot, and you're also going to be able to transfer this into other points of life as well. And when you're achieving goals like this, it's also going to help you mentally, and it's going to help you boost your confidence because you're achieving something, you're um, getting something, you're achieving your goals, you're surpassing what you thought you could have done, but you need to stay consistent in order to do these things.
I cannot really even comment because you just you spit it out as a fact.
I mean, yeah, like there isn't that much to talk about on this point. It's just that we mentioned this. There will be goals. So you have to set goals for yourself, and that's going to help you, right?
You have a goal, you have to do it, you work towards it, and obviously, um, the point number two, mental health and discipline. Obviously, point number five, life skills and routine. Number six, improving focus and performance on other areas. That helps towards achieving a goal. 100%.
Yeah. So that was a quick point, and the last point, which is one that you really have to consider, like if you're on self-improvement, which a lot of you probably are watching this episode, it basically helps your self-improvement journey. Like if you're on self-improvement, doing sports will help you a lot, or martial arts, anything like this. It will help you a lot with everything that you're doing on your self improvement. It's going to help you, as we said already, with more energy. It's going to help you with more confidence. But also, like, it's just one thing that boosts a lot of different aspects because, on self improvement, you need to improve your physique, you need to improve your strength, you need to improve uh, your discipline, you need to improve things like this, which you can easily improve by sports, and sports will improve multiple qualities about you that you are working on when you are on self-improvement. Sports just take a few of them and you work them in the same time. That's why sports are a really good thing if you're on self-improvement and you have to be doing something like some kind of sport or martial art.
You decide that you want to start doing something in life, that, pushing yourself more, something that will bring you somewhere in life, right? Definitely taekwondo was a good choice. I didn't choose, my mom forced me to. Thank you, mother. Thank you. So, yeah, thanks to her, working out, I kind of went to it with it since I was a kid already with my mom. She pushed me towards it since I was a kid. So me not doing it is like me not eating during the day. I will never get rid of it. Never in my life already. I'll never stop working out. It's just how to put this. It hasn't become a thing that you're trying always to do and you're forcing yourself to do it. I just live with it now. It's part of my nature. That's it. Second nature, you know?
Yeah.
It's just there. It will always be there like till the day I die.
It
Maybe
becomes
when I'm obviously 80, like I probably won't be able to work out. Maybe who knows? Well, hopefully I will. I'll probably be in a good shape where I can still walk and do something, you know. But uh, till the day I die, I'll always have this drive to go work out because I know what effect it can do on me because I've already seen it, I've experienced it. It's amazing, and I'll never stop doing it because you just I don't know when you do something for so long, and you think of it as a you're part of like the part of your life. That's it. When you get used to that, doing it for a very long time, like 2 years, you know, at least doing something for 2 years. You know, maybe you've left a little bit, then you came back, but and then you did it for like 1 year at least, maybe not very consistent, but you're still doing it somehow. It will be imprinted in your brain. You'll all be like, yeah, man, I need to put in somewhere like a good workout, you know, at least like you know like somewhere. You gotta do it. That's what like workout is for me.
yeah, it becomes part of your identity basically. It becomes part of your
Yep, yep,
habits, a
yep.
part of your day, and you cannot take it out because it is a thing that you start loving to do. Becomes a part of you.
Yep, exactly. And I remember like every time I meet a new person and I tell them about myself, I'll be like, "Well, I work out." So it just goes out of my mouth because I'm used to saying it.
Yeah, and it's a really good thing that a lot of people will respect, and it shows some qualities about you.
I I think only a person who understands it will respect you more because he knows what it takes to work out consistently.
Yeah,
Only a person who did it. A person who doesn't really work out at all, he won't understand, you know, like discipline it takes, how hard it is to work out. And if you're gonna mention like, oh, he's gonna be like, oh, what's your favorite exercise? Just a person, you know, like who doesn't really work out, but he just, oh, what's your favorite exercise? Like, oh, I like pull-ups, let's say, right, or push-ups. For me, my favorite is push-ups. And he's like, oh, how many do I was like, I do until failure. Until he experiences it like himself until failure, he'll never respect it to fully, like you'll never understand, you know, how it is to failure. And a person who does understand what until failure exercise feels like, and how is it like, how to do it, and like how it feels like to push yourself mentally, he will respect you more because he understands how hard it is to go through that. And every person will be like, oh, that's cool, man. That is nice. And that's it. And let's say if I meet the person who's like, oh, I do, let's say, until failure, and be like, bro, me too, man. It was like, man, like, whatever exercise do you love doing until failure, like this, I'll be like, man, I understand what you go through because I do myself, and bro, it's hard. You see how much like I show affection to that person, and let's say I don't know really what he's doing because I'm not really interested in that. So if a person is interested, like not really interested, but he's just asking, oh, what until failure, what is it or something. We're like, oh, okay. He understands in theory, but until he experiences himself, he's not gonna really, be like, oh, wow, like,
yeah,
damn.
yeah. Do you have anything else on this?
Just self improvement benefits, man. There's so much small stuff you can add to your day, and it's gonna make you a lot more improved, like much more productive. Small things, So let's say like how to build up your disciplines, self-improve benefits. You just gotta throw all of that in. So including sports, fitness, and martial arts. Choose one of them to do properly. Don't do multiple. For example, MMA, understandable because it's different martial arts. You add all to one together. Mixed martial arts. That's a different story. But doing two sports, I feel like it's better if you focus on one, unless if you just do it as a hobby. You get into a group, you pay to play there. Let's say football once a week, basketball once a week, right? That's totally understandable. But if you want to do a sport seriously, choose one and go for it. Go for it fully. Do everything you can to do. To succeed in it. And I suggest do it. Well, you cannot really go back in time, obviously. But if you're still young and watching this episode, like 14, let's say 13, That's not really late, kinda is. But imagine if you start doing something since 10 years old, right? Playing football. Or 7, 8, right? Since a small kid. You're pretty much guaranteed to become a professional at someday. You're pretty much guaranteed in some way, right? Unless you get an injury and you cannot really play or something. But doing something as a kid and always sticking it till you're like grown guy, 22 years old, let's say, even that's young. But imagine you start doing something at 7, 8, right? For example, I used to do piano. I started at I think 7, and I finished doing it at 10 because I had to move a different country and I stopped doing it, right? But imagine if I kept playing piano. Imagine how insane that would be. I started at like 7, 8, and I'm already 18. 11 years. 11 years. Think about it. At the age of 18. And that's just just an adult. You can still call him a teen. Just like, you're still a kid basically at 18 in some way if you think about it. But 11 years of doing something at only age of 18 is crazy. Imagine how much you mastered the craft for 11 years since you were a kid. It's part of you. It will always be a part of you. And imagine you're 20, let's say you're 22, 23. That's 15, 16 years of doing something. At this point, you're pretty much already have to be in some way professional at it or doing it for money already. Like, actually, sorry. Obviously, you do it because you love it, obviously. It's part of your life already. But you're doing it so well that you're earning money with it.
Yeah.
So I think if you're still like at the age of 14, whatever, like young, if you come across this video and you're young, still below the age of 15, or even still 15, go for it.
Yeah.
Even if you're like our age, 18, and you want to start something, it's never too late. If you train hard enough, you discipline yourself hard enough, you're dedicated to it, and you keep going, obviously, like you can somehow like catch up a little bit, but you cannot really do, like, you cannot go back in time. So you just start as soon as possible. Also think wise. What are you choosing to do as full on focusing on it? But yeah, I think of it this way.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. So it was episode 14 of the Seven Ahmed podcast. We talked about sports, martial arts, and fitness. So again, the first point was the physical health benefits. After that, we talked about the mental health benefits and the discipline. Third, we talked about self-defense and confidence. After that, we talked about the social and community aspects. We talked about the life skills and the routine, improving focus and performance in other areas, the goals, and now the self-improvement. So remember to do all the things. Remember to push yourself harder. Remember to train hard. And remember that the more times you do it, the easier it's going to become to do it, and the more your discipline is going to improve. So, if you enjoyed this episode, if you learned something new, if it helped you, make sure to leave a like on the video and to subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any upcoming episodes.
And if you have a friend who has so much free time and does nothing, send this episode to him.
Thank you for watching.